A critical part of achieving our net zero ambitions is tackling greenhouse gases, and one of the most potent is methane. Methane is over 80 times more powerful at trapping heat than carbon dioxide in the short term, where oil and gas is a major contributor. Our solution tackles this problem by providing actionable insights, focusing on 3 key areas: monitor country and region-wise performance, and identify super-emitter events. We also cover a methodology for methane emission attribution, linking emissions to specific oil and gas operators, and also we deliver actionable methane abatement strategies through reduction technologies, complete with cost-benefit and what-if analysis for the target personas. The data, publicly available on IEA and Carbon Mapper, contains country and source-wise emissions using satellite observations with latitude and longitude details. The abatement data calculated from IEA model includes country-specific details for various reduction technology and associated cost implications. A quick walkthrough. The dashboard gives a comprehensive overview of region-wise emissions. In US, we can see the major contributor is oil and gas sector. As seen in the Sankey chart, these emissions are often vented or fugitive in nature depending on the operational segment. But absolute volume isn't the whole story. We also calculate emission intensity, how much methane is emitted per unit of energy produced. Turkmenistan has the highest emission intensity compared with different countries. To dive deeper into it, let's visualize the different emission sources on a point map. Through this map, you can identify the super-emitters by setting the threshold value of methane emission rate as 100 kilograms per hour and sector code as 1B2. On overlaying this data with mock operator assets location data, we can identify super-emitters closely associated with the operator's assets. Here Genie comes in and is able to automatically set the boundary for Turkmenistan to filter the point sources by location and sector. This is combined with mock oil and gas operator data. We now geospatially join the data using H3 index to tag the point sources with relevant operators' sites in the vicinity. This is an indicative method to attribute emissions to operators where non-compliance, which can be highlighted by the regulators. This could be extended to compare operator performance by calculating emission intensity. Monitoring is half the battle. Through effective implementation of parameters and custom calculations, we arrive at the abatement potential and possible revenue opportunities at the selected natural gas price. Through effective implementation of reduction technologies, 76% of methane emissions can be abated. This recovered gas, when sold at $3.50 per MBDU, can contribute up to $10.8 billion. It also gives you a view of emissions which can be abated by available reduction technologies by different policies, with LDAR being highly successful. Moreover, we can perform cost-benefit analysis by visualizing marginal abatement cost curve to identify reduction technologies where the revenue from recovered gas exceeds the annualized cost of deployment. You can do a what-if analysis for situations where the conditions change. Negative cost implies net profit from methane abatement operations. Policymakers can look towards providing incentives to cut down methane emissions further. For a pointed analysis, dedicated Genie space can be used to identify the best-suited options for abatement. For Canada, the given reduction technology can reduce the emissions by 15% and recover 223.4 kilotons of methane. The recoverable gas is affected by the reduction ratio, baseline emission, and volume of methane recovered per system. To calculate the annualized cost, it leverages a parameterized sample query, which uses the PMT function to calculate fixed annual payment that would be required to pay off the initial capital cost over the project life duration. It can also be used to calculate the gas price for the annualized cost to break even, or utilize tariff scaling factors for adjusting the capital and operational costs. Finally, we bring all of this into a single, cohesive application which uses a multi-Genie agent to fetch results from appropriate Genie space. Dashboard is also integrated directly with embedded credentials for ease of access. By transforming disparate data into clear, actionable intelligence, our solution empowers stakeholders to make targeted, data-driven, and cost-effective decisions that accelerate our collective journey towards net zero.